Hi, Catherine here, and I have been busy creating books. So I've actually created 4 new books that are on Amazon, and the papers are on Etsy. However, I'm just going to feature these 2 today. We're going to do a quick flip through of this gorgeous Gothic Romance scrapbooking papers and ephemera, and then we are going to actually make a junk journal out of this one. So stick around, we'll dive into it. So the first one we're going to go through is this Gothic Romance. So this is 8.5 by 8.5, and I just got inspired one day to create this, and I had it done in a day because the inspiration just flowed. And I think that when I got it in person, I just think these images are gorgeous. In fact, I am going to probably frame some of them, and so once I get them framed, I'll show you that, and then we'll create some projects with it as well. But anyway, we have these lovely, so it's like a lot of black and red. It's very vivid. I hope there's not too much. Let me hold it up this way. Okay, so that is the quick flip through of the Gothic Romance and their scrapbooking papers, and a little bit of ephemera with it as well. All right, and then, so today, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make the junk journal out of the Thanksgiving pages, and then I will decorate it and come back and we'll do the final flip through. All right, I've got everything cut out and ready. So I've got my journal pages ready to fold. I've got my pocket pages ready, and then I did fussy cut everything out. So I chose to use the ones on the burgundy and gold. However, I also have in the book, you can do the white and black if you would prefer. So whichever you would prefer to use, or both, but I'm going to use these. And I thought what I would do, so I kind of just cut them out square-wise, most of them. And then I thought I would round the corners. So let's see how that looks. Yeah, so I like that. I like how that turned out. So that's probably what I'm going to do with all of these. I did cut some kind of in a round shape. I thought of, after I already cut one, I was like, oh, I could have cut it in a football shape because I do have a football page in there. That would have been a good idea. Okay, but I didn't think about it until I already had them cut. Then I have all my tags cut out, and I'll be punching holes and putting ribbon on them. We've also got pretty prints on the back of our tags. And then we have our bookmarks. This one says Bounty, this one says Abundance. And then of course they got pretty prints on the back as well. The only other thing I have my little fussy cut items, and I will probably put some ink on them. I have a red ink, is kind of like the closest that I have, but I thought they were pretty. And then on the back, some of the scraps of the words I cut out, you have little pieces of pretty pattern paper that you could use for different things. All right. Oh, and then I just keep saying and then we also have, because this was just a fun book, we've got our postcards. So you could actually give these, you could write on the back or put a little message on the back. Thanksgiving wishes, postcard, and greetings. All right, very homey. And there's this extra page too. All right, so let's put together our booklet, and then like I said, I'll embellish it and come back and we can do a flip through. So we're going to start folding them together. This is the center, so they come in order. This is how they were in the book. So you got your front page there, and I just kept them in order. And I'm going to take this middle one. Doesn't that cake look delicious? I must be getting hungry. And all you have to do is match your edges up and then fold it, and take your bone folder, crisp a nice fold there, and then you're going to lay, because this is going to be in the middle, remember, and you're going to lay it down and then just stack them on top of there. And I will do that and speed it up, and then we'll be wrapping this up. So anyway, if you get to where you're like, wait a minute, I didn't remember if I should fold it this way or this way, you kind of look like she matches that one, so you'll want to fold it this way so that she then is matching up to that one. Okay? So we've got our booklet, and let's go ahead and I'll show you how I do the pocket pages. So I take these, and you're just, and the instructions are on here, you're going to fold this flap up, and you can see about where it goes because there's a line there where it matches, or where it separates, I should say. There we go. So you're just going to fold this and then fold it in half this way. I just love these pocket pages. They give you so much room, and you can put them anywhere in your journal because it's not going to cover up the entire page. And so then you just take some glue. I'm using fabric tack, but you just take your glue and go along the edge here to create a nice big pocket. They're deep pockets. There we go. So then you can take them and find where you would like it to go within your journal. Let's put it in here. Ooh, look at that pie. See, so then it'll fit in there, and you can put your tags down in there. Lots of room, or any memorabilia you have from the day. And that I must be hungry. That really looks good. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to go ahead and embellish it and then come back and show you what we got. All right, I'm back with the completed junk journal, and we're going to flip through it. I'll show you how it looks all embellished now. I did want to also show you I had all of this left over even after completing a full junk journal. So this postcards, you could actually get, there's 2 postcards in there. I went ahead and decorated this one, and you could, you know, give that to someone, write a little message on there. And I have the little ephemera tucked down in there. And I did, for all of the ephemera pieces, I went ahead and inked them up with the Ranger Distressed Ink, the vintage photo one. And I don't know about y'all, but I use these little, I get these cheap little daubers, and they work great. So that's one of the postcards. And then I have all these pieces of ephemera left that I will probably use as I start to put photos in the book. And that was just like a little piece of the back of the ephemera left over. I had 2 of our word sayings left over. Have more bookmarks and another postcard. So those are all still ready to be used. And then this full sheet I could do something with. I didn't use any of the black and white words, but they could certainly be used in another project. Okay, so let's go ahead and look through this baby. I have been loving these Prima flowers for all my small junk journals like this. I think they're great. Might have put too much glue on somewhere here. Okay. So here's one of our bookmarks. I went ahead and punched it and put some ribbon on it. One of our pocket pages. Then this, I put a brad so that it would swivel. This is Cozy Days. And then I had to cover up the other end of that brad. I put a flower there to cover that up. I made some of the word art, I made like a little tuck spot for it. So there's that barn ephemera on there. And their menu planning, you could write out your menu on there, or at least get it started. Harvest time, another bookmark, and some of our tags, pretty on the back too. This I just pop dotted. And when I rounded the corners, so I cut them out square, and then I just rounded the corners with my corner rounder. And ephemera tucked down in there. And little ephemera there. Pop dotted that, inked it up, of course. Lots of writing room on here. So I'm planning on writing some gratitude list, putting some photos in. And then we've got our little baking stuff up here, recipe book and cooking things. Fall memories. Love gathers here. Give thanks. Another half page here with some tags. Pretty on the back. Another little barn pop dotted there. So that's the little walkthrough. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.